Settle down with me, cover me up, cuddle me in, lie down with me and hold me in your arms. And your heart's against my chest, your lips pressed to my neck. I'm falling for your eyes, but they don't know me yet. And with a feeling I forget, I'm in love now. Kiss me like you wanna be loved. You wanna be loved. You wanna be loved. This feels like falling in love. Falling in love. Falling in love. Settle down with me, and I'll be your safety. You'll be my lady. I was made to keep your body warm, but I'm cold as the wind blows. So hold me in your arms. Oh no, my heart's against your chest, your lips pressed to my neck. And I'm falling for your eyes, but they don't know me yet. And with this feeling I'll forget, I'm in love now. Kiss me like you wanna be loved. You wanna be loved. You wanna be loved.
Alrighty, I am live.
This feels like
Sorry for
falling
being
in love.
quiet. I was making my post on Instagram to let the world know, the 4 people who care, that I am back in business. Day 6, and this is 3 days in a row. This is 3 days in a row, so I'm proud of myself. And because of the fact that I did 3 days in a row, I'm gonna study one of my favorite artists that goes by the name, well, probably is his name, I won't say goes by the name, but Olivier Copiel. I started the drawing.
Yeah, I've been feeling
I'm probably gonna get
everything,
banned
from hate
playing
to
this
love,
music.
from love to lust, from lust to truth. I guess that's how I know you. So
Throwback
hold
Ed Sheeran.
you close to
Help
help
you give it up.
So kiss me
I did the
like
sketch
you wanna
yesterday, I believe, or maybe 2 days ago.
You wanna be loved.
I did the sketch, copying it, and I realized my ideas about anatomy when it comes to the torso area. Oh, what is going on? It's all of this area right here. Like, I know what's going on, but I don't know what's going on at the same time. So at this moment, I'm just trying to.
This feels like falling in love. Falling in love.
Yeah, at this moment, I'm just trying to figure it out because on his image, it's super clear, obviously, but I am just trying to steal his lighting scheme, and his like lines and his shapes, not so much the shading. I love the shading, don't get me wrong. It's just the lighting scheme is what captured my attention. Um, as you can see, like right here, it's super dark, right? Uh, like right here, the image is super dark, so I just add like a color dodge layer just to lighten it up, and then I'll bring the opacity down just to get it a little more even. All right, let's find some music to play while that won't get me banned, obviously. find some type of music to listen. Like I It's always tough 'cause although I do like study and meditation music, I just don't feel it right now. You know what? Just let's just go for it. We'll do something. Let's just do lo-fi. You never go wrong with lo-fi, honestly. Before that, I'm gonna do some of my favorite music is Samurai Champloo. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. My body is sore from working out. What's up, Crimson? Crimson Head, what's up? Appreciate you, dog. Oh shoot, did it just black out? The Hopefully it's still. Hold on. I had to go use the restroom really quick. Let me see. There we go. It should be better now. All right, let's get it. So yeah, I'll just be studying one of my favorite artists for now. I'm not even gonna really worry about this area right here. As you can see, I kind of just left it to the wind. Let me know if the music is too loud too. Yeah, I'm not really gonna be worried about much as far as will end shortly unless you restart in your streaming software. What? Bitrate is lower than you recommend that you use a stream bitrate. What's going on? Let me know if my stream is acting up or not. All right, let's see if the Wi-Fi is working now. Just did a little reset. All right. There we go. Hopefully it doesn't kick me out. Let's see. Awesome. Yeah, hopefully it's not live. All right, there we go. Okay, all right, we're back in it. All right, my bad. Technical difficulties, per usual. Let's get it though, man. I'm excited. We got a lot of drawing to do today. I was at work and I was like, my God, I'd love to be at home just drawing. Be great for morale. All right. No, that's not what I want. Because I'm on the wrong layer. So yeah, I seen that it was getting a little dark here, not gonna lie. So just to help myself out, just put a lighter layer on it. And just gonna go a little bit lighter. This top area right here, so it feels like sun is actually hitting it. I'm gonna zoom out so I can see better. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. The heck? Yeah, layers are selected. Why can't I group? Oh. Ew, I don't like this new update, man. Why they always trying to update everything? I'm comfortable. So annoying. Alright, whatever. We'll survive. But I do want it to... Okay. So what I'm gonna do for now is just study, because I've been studying, like I said in a previous, once this stream started, that I've been studying like this area right here, of the human body, because I don't really have the right ideas about it yet. I don't really have the right ideas when it pertains to what goes on in this region of this shape. So what I want to do first and foremost is make this shape right here, this area right here, feel like it's like the light is hitting this area. So this area should be the lightest, and then I'm gonna just go dark so that it feels like it's like turning in space. Honestly, I should go more like this just to follow the perspective. Again, and I want it to feel like a drastic turn. So let's do that. First and foremost, I will draw where I want the major turns to be. Just want it to be a little bit. There we go, that's better. Right now, I'm just giving myself notes. What's going on? Right now, I'm just giving myself notes because what I'm doing right now is basically telling me, like reminding me, this is how fast an object turns. I kind of want to replicate that. So, this be like and maybe a hard stop right here. Yeah, the hard stop right here is fine. Just to emphasize the turn. I think that's fine. And then what I also want to do is add the anatomy. My ideas of it. So I'm gonna add my rib cage. There we go. I've got my rib cage. Pretty big. Maybe. There we go. That feels better. So now I find my center line. Then I want this area to be really boxy. Oh yeah, maybe that's what kind of confused me in the beginning. So this is being tilted, right? So this should be pulled like this. This is tilting back. This is coming out. There we go. Okay. Calm your tits, Woody. Now that we've got that, this is like being pressed in to this area right here. I want to show that being pressed in, not too much, right? Because this has this little. Oop. I actually might have to. There we go. Here. So my major turn right here. And that's what I'm trying to emphasize. Is my side plane. I want to make sure that it looks like that in my image. Also, at that, like almost like this is being shoved into it, right? This is being shoved into it, and then I want the anatomy in here to show. So what I'm gonna do is lighten these just so I can see. create another layer, add blue, and then let's go ahead and fit the anatomy on here. So now that I know that this shape right here is being tucked in like this, it's like tucking itself in, and this shape is sitting on top of my idea of an egg, right? So this shape right here is sitting on top of it. Shape right here sitting on top of that shape. I'm gonna shove another shape in here into it, right? Shove another shape that'll describe my bicep, tricep shape. I'm literally using this from the image that I'm looking at, right? I'm just copying. But for now, since I've got the arm already figured out, I really want to figure out the anatomy going on right here, which is why I did some of those studies. And let's do it. So I'm gonna remember that I want, oh yeah, we've got the lat back here, tucking in right here, the latissimus dorsi. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry about that. What's up, Bach? How's it going? Oh, Near, how's it going, man? Just doing some anatomy, studying my favorite artist, Olivier. We'll definitely talk about your work once I'm done sculpting this out. So lat going behind. Probably should be a little more like that, but I do like the straightness of it, so we're keeping that. And then we have this sort of shape that sits on top of my egg, my rib cage, and from this midsection right here, we have this almost dance of in and outs, right? Like it'll go in, tuck in, and then you see the belly button at that height, and it'll punch back up. Like if you're looking at a shape from the side, a human body from the side, right? The torso will kind of go like this and tuck in. I mean, it'll like dip down and then tuck in like that, right? So I want to like show this happening. I want to show that. I want to show this rib cage poking out and then being interrupted as this gets pulled. I want this to feel pulled and then come down. So I might pull that a little bit more just for my amusement, you know. Actually, boom, sitting in there. There we go. And then get the legs out here. That's fine. Wait, let me make. Can y'all hear me? Hope so. Okay, it's saying me. All right. Lost my train of thought. Okay, yeah. And then we'll go ahead and just start. That's like my major. These are like my major things that I'm worried about. And then now that I have it going on, I can start making little notes inside of these shapes, right? Like notes as that says there's this shape right here that's like tucking in and then pulling out. Let's try to capture that. Try to capture that. Wow, belly button. Have it like on this plane, pulling this. Pulled it. But he doesn't show all of it, so we can kind of skate past that. Add right. So now that we have all these extra notes, we can go from here. Now that I'm shading, I can use these notes to my advantage. I can kind of remember what I was trying to say from the first place and just go from there. Make sure I'm turning everything. But this is my foreshadow right here. The more I just go over it, the darker it'll get. There is a reason I'm doing this, because I want to emphasize this turn right here. I may go lighter again, you know, it's just really dependent on how I'm trying to convey. Because I'm not completely looking at this image, I'm kind of exaggerating. Or are these the type of study you learn about the body rather than... Yes. And don't get me wrong, I do have those books, but from the way I've learned, it's, for me personally, it's easier to study like this than with books. I'm not negating that, you know, using books are necessary, but me seeing someone else do it and then just try to repeat it, it makes more sense to me. But yeah, let's turn this form. Can you just let me know if you hear me clearly and if the music is too loud? I have my course or my terminator here. And then I'm going to pull from my terminator. Awesome, perfect. I will just slowly turn these shapes. by using a truth that is, this is before anything, this is a cylinder. Before it's a human body, before its muscles, before its anatomy, it is a cylinder first and foremost. So I want to make sure that I capture that. Make sure it's turning. I want to have this area a little bit darker than that bottom area to give this like feeling of like light hitting it back here a little more than it is here. So I'll push the core shadow out here a little bit more. Right, and then I'll have the turn, which is in here, push into yeah, like right here. And I won't exaggerate it so much. I'm not gonna exaggerate it too. Now that's starting to feel like it's turning. Now it's starting to feel like it's going. Bam. Calamity, yo, what's up? Long time no see. What up, Misty, man? That's interesting. So in general, do you shade parts of the body as a simple shape and then cut into it to indicate more complex forms? Yes, bro. Yes, literally. It's just like this artist did right here, Olivier Copiel. He got the silhouette down first, right? If you see like the silhouette all around, I'm sure you know what the silhouette means, but just to clarify, the outline, he got that down first. That's the simple part, right? Right? Like he got the box down first, which is the silhouette, and then he shaded inside of it. Shaded inside of it. And that right there shows dimension. So if you can get the silhouette right, then everything else inside you just have to figure out. Like you just have to figure out what overlaps what, how do I fit something in here? And then it starts turning into you're basically starting to turn it into the shapes that you want people to see. Yep, just like a sphere for the head. Like if you see the head that I have right here, I didn't do I took the face off completely because I really am just trying to focus here, but I used a simple idea of a sphere and shaded it, so now it'll kind of fool you. Yeah, man, I'm back, man. I got some of my affairs in order. Like I'm finally got like my schedule and life kind of not figured out, but you know, heading in the right direction. So I'm like, the one thing that kept me focused and locked in was streaming. So I'm happy to be back, man. I've been good though. Lately been a lot better. How about yourself? Hope you still been drawing. Love your character work. Hey. Where was I? Okay. Yeah, I'm not even gonna overdo this like area right here being too light. Just the darker I get with this, the more it'll probably emphasize what I'm trying to say. And then I'll start like chopping away, like saying, oh, this is turning into this area right here. This is rounding around. I want it to feel like the light is hitting this area and then coming down as well. So I'm gonna do that. with the values. But remember, on a cylinder, values turn a lot slower. Just a felt thing. I'm in the chaotic zone at the moment, but hopefully it chills out. I've been getting back into drawing. Man, I'm telling you, yup. When you're in those chaotic zones, bro, it's so hard to draw. Because now you're bringing the stress into art, and it's like art isn't supposed to be stressful. So I completely get that. Hopefully it starts to mellow out, man. It usually does though, right? It fluctuates. Times you're happy, times you're like, dang, like life could be a little bit better, right? Any plans on doing a figure drawing? Yeah, actually, not tomorrow, but I'm thinking Sunday. Because I'm actually studying this artist to do a figure drawing of my own that I want to like actually have like a poster of and stuff. I want to shade it like as dynamic as possible, but I love this image so much, and I want to replicate this image in the style that I'm doing right now. Dude, where's my... Oh, yeah, I'm blind. So definitely, if you want to join in, we could do like figure drawing, like timed figure drawings or something, just to warm up. All right, let's get... Where was I? Oh yeah, turning this. Get that a little bit brighter, so the values could feel a little bit more dynamic. Then I could... There we go, that's a little bit better. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, that feels good. If I can merge it. Ooh. Let's go. There we go. Now you're working with me. So, I don't know if you can see, but I don't know, just adding this little strip right here that I'm toggling on and off, it just feels a little more 3D, in my opinion. Oh, like the sphere for the head, the cutting, the eye. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you, man. I'm actually gonna redraw the figure a few more times because the shapes that I'm trying to express aren't there yet. So I'm gonna redraw it again so that I can like see if I can push those shapes and have the anatomy be like really dynamic. But I don't know if it'll be early in the day. Like, if you mean early, do you mean like 1 o'clock? Is 1 o'clock early for you? 1 o'clock p.m. Let me just merge it. I trust it. Turn this form, have this form turn. I think honestly right now, I think that's enough before I'll just start doing the critique for near. because I could feel myself getting really into it. So before I get really into it, I'd rather just do the critique for Nier. Yeah, these are all looking. It's slowly. The forms are slowly turning. The forms are slowly turning. Oh dang. It depends on what time I leave the gym, cause I got a group of guys that we work out with together every Sunday morning. So, what's up, Tim? Stop in and say I'm loving seeing you streaming. I appreciate it, Tim. It's been keeping me consistent. It's been keeping me consistent, man. So, but I appreciate you for stopping in, man. Hope to talk soon. So let's about some of Nier's work. Nier has been putting in a lot of work, guys, a lot of work trying to really understand this stuff, and he's been looking really good. Been looking really good. So let's talk about it, man. Get some of his 2 value studies. He's been working on perspective. What's up, Charlie? Nice to hear from you, man. Nice to hear from you. Oh, you left already? Tell him I said hey. Hope life's been treating you all fantastic. Hope the teaching has been going great for you too. Let's add these 2 value studies. Let me just take this off. I don't need this right now. And then add the perspective. Later, Tim. I will do so. I will do so. Appreciate you for stopping in. It's like, seriously, I really do appreciate it. Great work on the David Finch stuff too, by the way. These are looking solid. I gotta I've gotta look at the questions you've asked, because I think I got a gist of it, but I just want to clarify some things. Because you said that you don't like it's feeling good, it's just the making forms turn. So let's do the 2 value studies first, because it'll be a lot quicker. I've been thinking more about starting. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, bro. Yeah, we could do like, bro, yes. I won't even say we could definitely do that, bro. I'd be excited too, man. Yeah, getting a PC is like that. That's the one big step right there, bro. Me getting this PC really made a huge difference. Yeah, man, I want to get my I want to be back in the Discord again and all that stuff. So we could definitely get active in that, man. Turning a box but keeping it aligned to the horizon. Okay, let's do this first, where we're talking about these two value studies. I see what you're doing here. I see it. But what can I say? How can I? Because I'm gonna refrain from saying wrong. I don't think it's anything you did was wrong. I just think that it could have been said a lot better. Like, what we're trying to say right now is these two values, like within this avocado looks like what in two values, right? So if I were to lower the value, like take away the hue completely of this drawing, of this photo, in two values, I get why you put the ring around, like the black ring around it. But if you see how skinny these rings are, this dark ring, if I squint really deeply and look at it, I can really only see like this area right here. But like I said, I can see why. So what I prefer on that amazing work. Yeah, definitely, man. It was nice talking to you again. Definitely. Hope to see you soon. I'm streaming a lot more, so whenever you can catch me, just hop in. It's no pressure. It's no pressure. Trust me. Because I had a friend that's like, bro, I hope you don't hate me for like not hopping in your streams. I'm like, bro, relax. It's okay. We're all human, dog. So what I would prefer to have done is just maybe indicated. Remember, saying as little as possible. We're gonna say as little as possible, and that'll tell people so much. It's like show don't tell. See how we can design this. It's gonna be tough. You chose a tough photo. Honestly, this is how people do logo designs too. Try to stay with just like, think about it. Nike, right? Nike is just a check, but a silhouette of a check. Right? It's like little things to remind people or tell people what they're looking at. I might just like add taper off, right? Have these shapes look pretty dope. See, that feels a little bit, right? That feels a little bit better. And honestly, let me see something quick. Because right now, hold on, let me. I could just go like this. Let's see what happens if I do that. No, yeah, I actually prefer it like this. There's a core shadow right here that I was trying to see if I can add to this, but I think this looks a lot better. Because if you look closely, it's like, you know, the light, this is the form light right here, this is the terminator right there, or foreshadow right here. I was trying to see about that, but if you look, like even right now, it's still it's starting to take that avocado form, or I think so anyways. See how much more we can design it. Maybe have That maybe. Right. That feels a little bit, and even here, like even this shape right here, I'm not really the biggest area right here. I'm not the biggest fan of. Maybe if I just like just to have somebody somewhere to look in this area. That feels a lot better, right? And then we'll go and do the same thing here. And I get what you're doing with this area right here, adding that space in, but this is where you gotta kind of keep Ow, it's charging. That's annoying. How is my thing dying? Oh, it's not charging. Why isn't it charging? Sorry, one sec. It disconnected. Give me give me 1 second. There we go. Okay. So yeah, let's continue. What I'll try to do is honestly trying to see the best way to go about this. This is a tough photo you picked because we're trying to design this in 2 values. I might actually use the fact that this is touching the touching here. I might actually use that to my advantage. Let's do something like that, right? What's going on? It's my fault because I thought I put it in charge this morning when I went to work, but lo and behold, when I get home. So right now, like literally, it looks like a low-res photo, right? Like it looks like a low-res photo of avocados. And I really think that's what we're trying to do, is just simplify it to this extent. And then maybe have oh shoot. Why add just like a, because I see like a little bit of dark right here, right? Little cast shadow. I'm gonna add that, you know. But you don't have to add that, right? All we're trying to do is just show with 2 values what we see here. Now, honestly, I would rather like, because that, I feel like this area right here is so important. It's so dark that it like grabs me. Then add Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. You win some, you lose some. Yeah, I think this is a lot more readable, um, and more digestible. Like if when I look at this, it the idea isn't as clear, right? So let's do the same thing right here. This is why I think studying from real life is going to save you a lot of time. Because this photo fooled you. It tricked you. It got you. And it's gonna happen to every single person who shades. It's happened to me countless times. Right? So how did it fool you? You have this light side right here, right? You have this light side right here. I know that it looks that way, that this area is lighter, right? I know that it looks that way. But the only reason it looks that way is because the light from the box, from the floor, is bouncing back. Yeah, see, you already know it's bouncing back into that. But it's bouncing back into the darks. So if we're studying this in two values, this would come together. This would come together. And to show the form of this right here, you would pop the cast shadow out. So how it fools you is because that bounce light is and the reason why the bounce light is why it looks like this is because the box is white. If the box was darker, the bounce light wouldn't be this jarring. But because it's white, the white is bouncing into this, therefore making it look like it's just as light as this, but it's not. Yeah, no bounce light. Well, there could be. See, it's just how you design it. I don't want to say when you're doing a two value study, but when we're when we're grouping values together. And a lot of that kind of goes hand in hand. You just have to kind of differentiate it. And now, and this is just a design thing that I might do, is just maybe make this a little bit skinnier. Just like this area right here. Just make it a little bit skinnier. That's just me though, because it'll like emphasize the perspective a little bit. Right? It just looks like it's more turned. Like it's more lit. Sorry, that was a bad joke. A dad joke. And then honestly, another thing that I might do, just a design thing, since this is like really even. This area is really even. This space feels even here. I might just, I'll either push it back right? Or I would pull it forward. Completely up to you. Just as long as it's not even. Evenness when we're trying to replicate reality is annoying. It really doesn't do you justice. But right now it's looking like pulling it back is a little bit better. And this kind of got you again too. You could just flip that off, honestly. Because what's happening here is the light is being, when you're making a, when there's a box, actually I'll do it like, and you'll even see this in reality too, when you're shading. We have a box here, right? we have a box here. And we're shading inside the box. If you look inside your room, right, and you look at a corner, the edge of the room or of that corner sometimes seen, a lot of the times actually, all the time, like there's a, let me just shade this really quick. The 3-value read. Right? We'll see that there's this indication, like it looks like light is hitting it. But what's happening is this corner is actually catching light. So a lot of artists will use that as like a shorthand. Like a lot of like master artists will use that as a shorthand to show a turn. It kind of makes things feel like they're turning a lot more. They're turning a lot faster, hitting that corner. Yo, what is going on right now? Why isn't it charging? I just plugged you in. Charger's just bugging, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, they like that, buddy. Peace. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so yeah, I would just block off this. Okay. I'll actually even... No, I actually like how you have it here. I think that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. But I do think that's it. Let's see what would happen if we do something. I like that. I like that a little bit. So as far as that, yep. Right. Let's do this one now. I am going to think this, yeah, because right. I like this beat. So turning when you should move to 3, you can do it whenever you want. Like there's no criteria to not do it. I get that you like that you're like, all right, do you feel like I'm ready to, you know, go to 3-value studies and stuff like that? Like you can do all of it, because once you learn more about 3 values, you'll learn more about 2 values. The more you learn about 2 values, you'll learn more about 3 values. Like you'll only benefit from doing all of them at the same time, as long as you know what you're studying at the time. Like don't send me a 2-value study with 3 values and then be like, no, it's a 2-value study, and then I don't know what I'm critiquing, because now I'm like, I don't know how to critique it. Like I had this one kid who was like, hey, can you show me how to draw an arm? And then he showed me a whole body and the arm in a single position, and I'm like, do you want to learn how to draw an arm, or do you want to learn how to draw an arm in this position? Like what do you want to learn, you know? All right, so let's talk about this looks good, bro. Like that's why I'm a little confused when you say you're confused about, I won't say confused, but I want to get to what's confusing you, because you're saying turning it, but these are turning the perspective. Like I'm telling you, these look great. Like even this area right here, you've got it. Like you've got a lot of people will be afraid and they'll like try to force they'll try to force this area to show, but honestly, in reality, like this area would be like that, like you'd barely see it. So like you've nailed that. Looks really good. Yeah, so hold on, let me reread the question. Okay, shade part 2. Like turning a box but keeping it aligned in the horizon. I can tell. I know your body was telling you, no, you gotta show more. You pulled it off. Yeah, let me see what you mean. Because I'm looking at these, they all look good. It looks like you really, like, 1 point perspective for sure is making sense for you. Like this right here. Like this is great. You turned this box. Like these boxes are turning. I'm literally sitting here looking for something to critique because nothing. It looks great. The only thing I found was maybe this, and I won't say maybe, actually, yeah, this. Just this line right here is throwing off the perspective because it's converging like this, but for these they're converging more up, like so. What I would do in this instance is just maybe have it converge a little more, like that. Just slow down the rate of convergence. And I also wanted to show you why all of this is necessary, right? I want to show you why. And this is something I avoided a lot. I got the perfect photo. Hope I don't get banned by YouTube. I won't use any photos that have nudity in them as I pull out a photo with nudity. Are these songs not for people to be able to listen to? Like, I don't get it. Why are you telling me that I can't play it? So if I look at this leg right here, why it's important to study boxes is because instead of looking at this and saying, oh, there's a bump right here, there's a bump coming out right here, then coming back, and there's another bump and another bump and another bump and another bump, and then it goes like that's so confusing, bro. I don't have the capacity to do all of that, right? What's easier is, I appreciate you, Marvelous Slacker. At least I know there's somebody on my side. Oh, what was I saying? Yeah, instead of doing all of that, I can just say, oh, I know this box right here, and I can just build up from here, right? And from there, I can tell my perspective, like where am I? Where's slow down, Willie. where is everything converging. So now I know that the horizon line is probably going to be somewhere here. So now what that means is, once you figure out your first box and you figure out your first plane, we can go, all right, we have one cylinder here, and within this cylinder it converges down, it curves a little bit on the bottom edge, and then it sits on this box. Then we're going to shove this shape on it. Right? Do the same thing here, right? I've got a nice cylinder that's converging. Because most people will go, oh, there's this shape right here, this shape right here, and this shape right here. And although that is fine, I want to be as simple as possible. I want to keep it simple because I don't have the capacity to try to figure all of that other stuff out when I just started drawing. So we're just shoving shapes together. Right? So now we have our ground plane, we have our shapes that are sitting inside. It's the same thing that I'm showing you. And then we're shoving shapes together. Even here, I think I kind of over defined it. Like I can just keep this silhouette as is. I can keep it like this. I even ignored this muscle because it interferes with my cylinder. Right? That's where like those simple art styles where like the shapes look really nice. It doesn't look like it's overstaying its welcome or it's saying too much. So now let's kind of keep these ideas in mind, because these ideas they come back. Like this is that turning. If you were doing a two value study, how would you do this one, right? We have our silhouette. Here's our two values. We have bam. I'll definitely add this. Shove that in there. So here goes one value right here, right? I just block all that in. Block all of this in right here. Even, you know, get these shadow shapes in here. Maybe have this. Right. I should do this. It's hard to explain when you're when I'm like being very simple with it. But if I were to do like a whole rendering of this, I know the read would be super cool. Let's see if I can. Yeah. I don't want to get too in depth with it because I want to get to my stuff. I'm going to work on until Near figures out. Let's take a few. So let me grab my reference. Just realized I put the nipple very awkwardly in the wrong place. Here. It wouldn't be this hard. And when we're doing these type of studies, like you can see that I'm not going extremely one for one because I'm just trying to take what I need. I'm just stealing what I need from this guy. I don't need much from him. Good H2O. Okay, you sent pics. Perfect. Okay, like if you can tell, it's not one for one what I'm looking at. Honestly, it's just what I need. Why is my I am nice. Turn that. Turn that. A little bit more. Let me make sure I'm not too zoomed in on that. Turn that. This. Wait, I can't use it. Bring it up. Oh, okay, you sent photos. 1 sec. Yeah, for myself. Don't want to miss what's in front of me. Turn that. Trying to control these values, their hierarchy. Alright, let me go take a look at these photos. What do I do? What do I move on to after the cubes? Different shapes. We're gonna practice putting shapes on onto other shapes. So we'll go from you drawing, you know, cubes in different perspective to now we're gonna, instead of you drawing this cube, another cube next to it, right? We're going to go ahead and draw a cylinder connected inside of it. You know, I think I showed you this actually. a cylinder coming from it and trying to make the perspective of the cylinder read, right? Oops. We'll try to do something like that, and then even within that, we'll try to make we'll try to make a hole inside of this box, right? Maybe come out a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe even add like a triangle, or not triangle, a triangular pyramid, you know, to the top of it. We'll draw form lines wrapping around, right? Now we're gonna start describing form. Then we're gonna do value studies on top of these, like, oh, if this is darker right here, add like a, I'm gonna show you a whole trick that'll really teach you how to shade when we really get into shading. And then we'll put, you know, I don't know, we'll put another box under it, but this time have it in a different, see how we can do this. Oops. Trying to figure out like a really cool place to put another box. Yeah, we'll just put one behind it because right now I'm just wasting time on a figure. Have this floating, so now we can like, oh, say there's a cast shadow from this floating box, right? And where's the light hitting? Oh, it's light hitting is here. And so that means it'll cast a shadow, but oh wait, it could cast a shadow onto here. So now we're gonna learn how to like place shadows, all that good stuff. And all of that comes into play with this, because that's literally what I'm doing now. Right. So now, oh yeah, let me look at your photos. I completely forgot. Okay. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Okay. 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 So, okay. I'm saying okay because I get what you're saying now. Kinda, that's a good question. It's the same thing as, you know what, let me, because Oh, I hate when that happens. Okay. I was adding a photo. The best players of the game win. All right. So, okay. So you're trying to say, how would you have the same box, or not the same box, but how would you have a box so a box like say for this box for instance, how to rotate it back in space and like that, like is that what you're saying, like rotating the same box or rotating multiple boxes in the same like plane, because these are rotating, but what you're saying is you want, like for instance this box right here, you want to see it turned in a different angle. Let me know if I'm making sense, because if that's the case, what you have here isn't wrong, honestly. It's just not, the ideas aren't clearly okay. Perfect. All right, because I wanted to make sure I understood the question before I started yapping on, as I tend to do. Like, so the same things would be happening, right? But so here is a catch. If this is coming towards us, right? And we want to draw a box that is in front of it, what would happen? It would overlap. Right? So the first thing that's missing is overlaps. Let me make this a little bit darker because it's so bright. So the first thing we're missing is an overlap. And remember, what you're asking is a very difficult thing to do in this perspective. I don't like how the raindrops sound. I don't know why. It's a very difficult thing to do in this perspective, but it can be done. So right now, our vanishing point is headed towards, let's say, maybe I rushed the I rushed the rate of convergence as compared to the horizon line. That should be a little bit better, and therefore this should change. So now what we can do is, what I would like to do, what I would personally do is, I would use this trick on Scott Robertson's book called How to Draw by Scott Robertson. And what we're gonna do is, I'll actually show it on a different thing, because I'm gonna show you an easier way. Because me now, I would just free eyeball it. I would just eyeball it, honestly. I'd be like, all right, if this is here, if this is like this, I would be like, all right, I want to turn one box. Keep my same principles. I'm literally just eyeballing it. Okay, that's turning. You can do another one. Right? Like now we're turning it. You see how it's does this make sense? You see how it's turning? Or let me know if I'm just talking out of my mouth. Yeah, okay, it's turning. Perfect. So, and this is what you're asking, right? This is what you're asking. So, right for me personally, what I'm about to explain to you, because it made sense, I was able to just start eyeballing it, but this could be a lot of words. So just let me know if I'm saying too much. Okay? So the whole idea of it turning in perspective, right? We can literally build all of these arcs and stuff from another box. And this box will be our main perspective. Right? And this is what I mean by that. We're gonna have our box like this, that each axis of the circle touches each major axis of the circle touches the center of the box. I'll show you exactly what I mean. Right now I'm doing it in perspective. I'm turning this box in perspective. Okay. So this that I have right here, this shape right here, is basically this. And if you want to find the center of the box, I'm sure you saw this before. I'm sure for the David Finch video, this would be the center of my box. And what do I mean by major axis of a circle? I'm positive that you know minor and major axes, but if you don't, it's completely fine. It's basically it's basically the widest points, right? So these are my major axes, these are my minor axes, right? So I'm just gonna do the same thing here. Oh. and just try to, doesn't have to be perfect, but as long as it gets the idea across. Trust me, this is going somewhere, trust me. So now that we have this idea here, when I move it, like, imagine this is like just the top of a box. We're looking down at a box, right? If I were to add dimension to it, and now I did the X thing again, try to get that center and add another cylinder, another ellipse into this. That's basically what I'm doing here, right? This is my X. And then if we, this should be a little bit straighter. Just use another box. I'm gonna just move this. We're gonna add our another box right here. Find that center. Get our cylinder. I keep saying cylinder. Our ellipse. Right? Now this might look like a lot, but doing this will help you see what I'm seeing when I'm doing something like this. Right? Because within all of this, I'm gonna lighten it up. The boxes that we're looking at rotate in the same way this is rotating. Watch this. The boxes that I drew here, these points, if I kept on going, it would make a cylinder. Look at that. It's like a cake. If you ever had a piece of pizza, obviously everyone's had a pizza, a slice of pizza, or a slice of cake. If you ever see, maybe this would be an easier way of explaining it than doing all of that. I was just trying to show you the math of it. If I am cutting a piece of cake out, right? I'm cutting a piece of cake out. I just straighten these out, straighten this out, straighten that out. Now I have my box. And if I cut another piece of cake out down here, yeah, this is way easier. Thank you for asking me this question, because now I know how to explain it a lot easier. Ignore all of that. I feel like that's a lot. If you do want to learn it that way, I'll be happy to like reschedule a stream and like go really nitty-gritty into it with pictures and stuff like that. But I think this is a little bit easier to digest right here, where whatever piece of the cake we cut out, we can go ahead and add our turns, right? Bam, bam, bam. Straighten these out right here. Bam, bam. Now we have a set of rotating boxes. I'm gonna lighten it out. Oh, did I? Oh, okay. I'm gonna lighten it up. Now watch this. Draw over these boxes. And now we have our rotated boxes. And we can just keep on going, right? We can just keep on going where we cut a part of it out. Add another box right there. Way more easier than all of that stuff I was saying before. Okay, marvelous slacker. You're okay. So that you're able to understand it. I'm sure that you're seeing like this is a lot more simple than how I was saying it before, right? Right, there we go. So now we're turning boxes in perspective. You see that? So think about the cylinder that we started with, right? This cylinder shape, right? We got this cylinder right here, and this cylinder comes from us drawing a box. That's what I was trying to make clear. Like this right here, where this cylinder is inside this box. So it all originates from a box, right? If I cut a piece of this, if I cut a piece of this cylinder right here off, still following my box perspective. Right? These are a lot of lines. I hope I'm not making it a lot more difficult than it needs to be. Awesome. That feels good that it started to make sense. Because for me, when it starts to get wordy, I feel like I'm saying too much and the point's not getting across. But honestly, all of that to say, I usually just eyeball it, right? Just try to get it to where if it fools me, this is my mentality. If it fools me, I'm confident that it's fooling everyone else. See that right there? Now we're adding like another element to it. Right? And this is like fisheye that I'm doing here, like because now I'm like curving it down. So it would be like well, I wouldn't even say fisheye, or like, you know, yeah, fisheye. It's a good way to warm up, man. Really gets your brain thumping. Awesome, bro. So just do this like give me 5 of them, because I know it's not easy. Your hand is gonna force you to make lines where lines shouldn't be. Your brain won't let you see what needs to be seen, because, and I'm saying this out of experience, I do a lot of boxes every day. I wake up and my first instinct is to just like go and just make boxes, right? Your eye is going to force you to make lines because it just doesn't feel right to make a line in another way. You're going to have to ignore it. And the only way to ignore it or see it is to do it. You don't learn if you just looking at it. And I'm not saying you do the podcast, Near. I know you're gonna work. I'm just saying this for whenever I post this clip. Whenever I post this clip, for anyone who watches it, that when you practice this stuff, your body is going to force you. It's like singing. When someone is singing, and they're raising their voice in pitch, they're trying to get higher in pitch. They start raising their voice, and their voice starts actually collapsing. Like their throat starts closing. Because when you're going higher, you're actually supposed to sing a little bit lower. But your body, once you're singing, and your brain thinks, oh, I gotta hit a high note. Like you start singing high. And that's against what the body is supposed to do. But your brain is like, oh, higher must mean I have to, like, you know, raise my voice, raise my larynx. So a vocal coach will be like, oh, when you're hitting a high note, actually think down. They'll even say, drop your body to sit when you're about to hit a high note, drop your body. Because that'll trick your body or your brain into thinking, oh, I don't have to raise myself. I don't have to force myself to go up. The same thing as drawing. Your hand is going to automatically force you to do something. You just got to kind of play against it. That's why drawing a head from side view is so easy. Because all you have to do is just manipulate the shapes that most people see on a daily basis. And then feel something inside of it. Right. This is so fun. I love talking about art, man. I appreciate the questions, man. I appreciate you guys hopping in, man, because I really do love talking about this stuff. I was at work today. I was like, all I want to do is draw right now, man. Like, it got a little slow, so I grabbed like a sheet of paper and a pen, and I just started sketching. I was like, man, I wish I had somebody to just like talk about this stuff with, because it's so cool. It's so cool, bro. Like we're literally putting cool stuff on sheets of paper. Like what gets better than that? Right. I forgot how to draw the Superman logo, but I think it's something like that. Along those lines. 8. But yeah, kind of went off the rails. I gotta remember to send these to you, by the way. I keep forgetting to send you things. So I'm gonna sketch for a little bit more before my missus comes home, and then just sketch a little freebie for myself. So yep. Let's fade away. I'll talk while I'm doing these. Highlight here. I do want this feeling of So I'm gonna go light here, hitting this plane right here, and a drop off. Drop that off, have the values light hits here, side plane, but it won't be as light, obviously, on top of it. I'll just let it fade off. Nice. Man, I love this stuff, dog. Just a little bit. That feeling really gets emphasized. Super minute detail, but it really does make a difference. Before I even put the abs in. Oh, like I was saying with the corner thing, with how light catches a corner. If we think of the head, the Asaro head, there's this major corner right here. Let's just do the simple one instead of doing the complex one. Right? If we think about the Asaro head, major form change happens on this edge right here, right? So if the light is hitting this area, right, the corner, the other side will be dark right here. So this area right here, just like the Terminator, where it cuts off on a cylinder, right? Where it cuts off like that, it does the same thing and it catches light. So that's why I added this, even though I'm not shading the face right now. I just added this idea of light that if I zoom out, honestly, it looks like a reflection or a turn of a major plane change, right? Yeah, exactly. Just like the cube before, bro. Just like the cube before. We're thinking of the same thing, right? It's just now we're just adding human elements to it. Right? So I'll literally just add that, and then like if you look in real life too, if a light source is hitting the top plane of someone's eyebrow, for instance, or brow, like you'll see like there's a lighter plane right here, and then it gets darker right here. Because this is our box, right? This is our box. These are planes changing. And then what's going to happen? This corner, what's going to happen? It's so minute. If you don't study values, you won't see it. It's so minute. Light will catch this corner right here. So it'll do something like this. Even that might be a little too. Actually, no, it's not even too bright. Now it feels like the plane is turning a little bit more. Super minute stuff that like, it's really hard to see unless you're like looking for it. But I'm not really focused on the face of this image. I really just wanted the anatomy. Might even just take the lips off and just keep the beard, honestly. Love it. All right. Let's get back to this right here. The more we kind of chip away at these values, the more the story will kind of unfold. It's actually really neat that you have to put the time in to really say what you're trying to say, but whenever someone looks at it, they're not really going to see all the words you were trying to say. They'll just see the main point, which is these the bigger form changes. If I could lighten that up, because I think I might have made it dark right here. Yeah, that's too dark. See if we can minimize that. Get the obliques in there. See how I'm like zooming? You see how it's so subconscious? I literally took a look back, like zoomed out, like really far out, because if it looks good here, the closer I get, it'll still look good. Right? Second nature. That's what one of my Chris Legaspi, man. Love that guy. If you look up Chris Legaspi on Instagram, on YouTube, Instagram, whatever, he's like one of the goats. He really taught me to like actually look at what you're doing, and to look at what you're doing, you have to take a step back. That's what the old masters would do. The Bouguereau, some of my favorites: Norman Rockwell, Bouguereau. I'm missing one of my favorites. What's his name? I'm sure you know him. Everyone knows him. Everyone copies his stuff. Even to the more recent Renaissance artists like Steve Huston. I don't know if I would call it Renaissance, but Steve Huston. or Houston, even him uh, would talk and say like, you got to take a look at what you're doing. You got to convince yourself before you convince people. And slowly but surely, these values build up, and it's like the coolest thing ever. Because in the beginning, it feels like nothing's happening. But you kind of got to trust the process. Belly button. And now I'm just pushing and pulling. This is probably gonna look monotonous to everyone else, but for me, this is the fun stuff. This is when I would like put on a movie. That's why I wanted to get to this as soon as possible, because me and my girlfriend were gonna watch our favorite TV show while I'm just like literally just moving my hands, just getting all the values in order, pushing and pulling. The drawing part, I have to focus. Drawing, I have to focus. Dating, like, once I get to this right here, oh man, it's bliss. Oh wait, I actually have my anatomy sheet right here, so I don't have to guess. I can just repeat. And once I see them, I'll adjust accordingly. I'm sure I kind of broke my value scale really quick, but I just wanted to, yeah, that's a little bit better. Now I can ignore it and go ahead and get back into the rendering without. Hmm, definitely gotta bring it down though. Right. See how quiet I just got? Like I just really kind of just got into it. Um, right now, what I want to do is show this center line. I'm gonna figure out what's a way to do it without it feeling inorganic, I guess. Pop out and all right. I think I gotta look away for a little bit. By that I mean just like draw something else because I think right now what's happening is I'm getting tunnel vision. That's why I just did because I feel like I'm not seeing what I need to see. I want to clear my eyes. I will draw something for the time being. I am about to call it pretty soon. Yeah, maybe another 5 hours on this. I should be. Thank you, Olivier. Copiel. Olivier. I don't know how to not have been able to do without you. No. Oh, see, I these are like when I was like really practicing. Um, Effective. I told you I draw a lot of boxes. There's some cubes. Value study cubes. Probably looks better with the darker background. Yeah, that looks. I was about to say that kind of looks bad, but yeah, definitely gonna do some of those. I talk a lot because I really do practice what I preach, man. Um, I like the reason why I feel comfortable saying what I'm saying is because like I do these things a lot. Probably let's see. This cube, I would say it was probably 2 years old. I would definitely say like 2 years old for sure. Because if I'm looking at yeah, like these are like old breakdowns that I would do. Yeah, with red ink for sure, like 2 years. See, I'll break the legs down into shapes. Gotta repeat. Yeah, like 2 years ago for sure. Because I actually remember this when I was instead of like trying to draw anatomy, trying to say, oh, a muscle here and a muscle here, I was like, you can kind of see it. Watch this, actually. When I figured out that, you see how it comes back into play too? Super dope. You look closely at it, you'll see I added those little white marks at the corners. See? Like that little white mark at the corner. Makes it pop a little, honestly. See? I don't know if you can see that. I was too scared to do it though, but like right here, I would definitely put one. Like that. Yeah, it keeps popping up. Well, these are pretty old. Or this is just like anatomy though, right? Cast shadow. Just like anatomy, just like the boxes though. Cast shadow right here, right? The front plane right here, side plane right here. What I'll do now is probably like differentiate this side plane. That casting the shadow right here. This is how I would study anatomy. If I had to go back and say, yo, how do you study anatomy? This is it right here, bro. Just break it down into shapes that you understand and then shade them. Like I know there's this there's a bone right here. Ulna. Pop that out. Okay. Pop this out a little bit more. Super. And the more you kind of like turn it, the more we turn these forms and make it feel a little bit more like flesh, the more realistic we can go. But I kind of like how it's stylized, honestly. I kind of like this stylized look. Definitely gonna do some anatomy studies off stream just to get my, because I'm really practicing for this figure drawing that I want to do, man. Like I really want to nail it, and I don't want to stress about it. Like I want this to be one of those ones where everything flows. And I know the only way to do that is let's see the women. How come I don't see that message on YouTube? Why do I only see that on? That's hilarious. What is it? Let's see the women. I got you. Actually, I think this is one that everyone has seen. Everyone's seen that one. Geo. Appreciate you hopping in, bro. I ain't want to bug y'all boys. The chat. Let's see. I really like this one. I'm gonna work on this one too. Got a lot of stuff I want to work on that I just don't get to. Funny enough, ain't much come on, please load. There we go. I would think that is more, that I drew more women. I would think that. Old one, very old. This one was like 3.5 years ago. I can tell by the way I was shading. Yeah, I can tell by the way I was shading. Like I was going, like my values were very wonky all over the place. Shapes were still pretty tough though, I'm not gonna lie. Shapes were still. Here we go. I know I have like bro, you funny as hell. Funny, bro. Oh, did I put it on the wrong? This is oh, y'all boys in Discord? I'm about to hop off this anyway, so I'm gonna hop on your Discord. That's gonna be it for today. Near, I appreciate you hopping in. Calamity, I appreciate you. I'm definitely gonna use this and post some of these. I think that's it for today. Yeah, it's just 5, Near. Just if you can give me 5 of those studies with the perspective, each and every one will tell me something new. about what you struggle with. But other than that, appreciate everybody for stopping in. Later, guys.